YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Booba and welcome back to another player review on the channel. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. Up next on the list of player reviews, we're gonna go ahead and check out the new Sprint Supreme Evolution card for none other than Konate. Konate is an 83 rated card. He has the lengthy acceleration type, right-footed with 3-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. If we go ahead and look at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, we can see that now the pace is much better. He doesn't have a pace split anymore, which is phenomenal. 79 pace overall with 78 acceleration and 80 sprint speed for a center back this early on in FC25 is incredible. I think that the recovery speed is going to be absolutely insane, especially if you go ahead and give him like the anchor or the shadow chem style. We're not really going to talk about the shooting because you're not going to be put into many situations where you are shooting with Konate. The technical side to his game does lack just a little bit. 59 passing and 68 dribbling is not ideal for a center back. 76 short pass and 70 long pass I think is going to be very interesting to test out just how accurate his passing is in game, because one of the player roles that he does have is as a ball playing defender. So if you do want to incorporate him in that way, that stat is actually going to be really important. Now, in terms of dribbling for a center back, the two most important stats for him are most definitely his reactions and composure. And he does have 81 reactions, 78 composure. So he should be quite swift and quite responsive. He doesn't have the greatest of balance. So maybe if you're coming up against your smaller, more agile type of attackers, it might be a little bit more difficult to defend with him. But because he does have really good defending and physicality, I do think that he's going to be an absolute tank at the back. 82 interceptions, 82 defensive awareness, and 85 stand tackle for a center back this early on in the game is really good. He should be very good at breaking up the play, and he should also be very consistent in the tackle, especially when you pair that with his physicality. Now, for me personally, boys, the physicality is probably going to be the standout stat. He is 6'4", so if you do prefer your taller, more physical type of center backs, Konate is a fantastic player for you. And then he does also have 90 strength and 83 aggression, so he should be very strong both on and off the ball, and ultimately it should be quite difficult to get around him. Now, if we jump on over to Footbin, boys, we can see that Konate does have 3 different playstyles. He has the block, bruiser, and aerial. 2 defensive playstyles this early on in the game is not half bad, and then the aerial is a great addition for the card. 2 player role pluses for the card as well. You can use him as a stopper and then also as a ball playing defender. He can only have the lengthy acceleration type, and when it comes to chemistry styles, there's probably 2 options that are going to work really well with the card, and those 2 options you guys could probably already guess. Now, the first one is going to be the shadow chem style. With the shadow chem style, we are going to get a really nice pace upgrade, 87 pace for the card overall, and then it's also going to give him 89 defending, 90 interceptions, 86 defensive awareness, and 93 stand tackle. If you're not too worried about the pace and you do want to increase the strength and aggression a little bit more, the anchor chem style is another really good option. Now, with the anchor, we're not going to get the same pace boost. He is going to have 83 pace overall, 88 defending as well, and then it's also going to give the card 89 physical, 91 jumping with the aerial playstyle, and him being 6'4" is going to work really well. And then he's also going to have 98 strength and 87 aggression, so easily one of the strongest center backs in the game at the moment. Now, if we go ahead and look at this little chart right here, with the anchor chem style, he does become an 88 rated center back. That's going to be very interesting to test out in today's video. As always, boys, if you guys do enjoy these FC25 player reviews, go ahead and do me a huge favor. If you guys can, leave a like on today's video and also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. This is the team we're going to be using in Division Rivals to test out the new Konate card. We're going to be playing him at the center back position in the 4-4-2 formation. So without further ado, boys, let's go ahead and jump into game number 1 and let's see how good this card really is. Alright, boys, here we are jumping into game number 1 using the new Konate Evolution card. We are coming up against Lamine Yamal, Griezmann, Coman, De Jong. It's going to be a very interesting game. Now, the plan is to go ahead and use him as the left-sided center back in the 4-3-2-1 formation, maybe like as a ball-playing center back just to test out the technical side of his game a little bit more. But first things first, you guys know how we like to start off every player review, and that is by testing out the card's dribbling. Now, it's not going to be that important, obviously, apart from his reactions and composure. And yeah, boys, he's very clunky on the ball. Let's just go ahead and pass that before we concede. Now, because he does have really good reactions and composure, the manual defending with the card should be quite effective. So we are going to try to do as much manual defending as possible. Now, I am going to go ahead and signal Dalo to make that run. And with Konate, I'm just going to go for a cross diagonal. Can we maybe break that defensive line with one ball? You know what, boys? It's actually not bad. We do get it under control, but we just don't have the pace to get away from him. Like I said, I think it's going to be very interesting to test the consistency of that. Konate a little bit further forward. Now, we do need a little bit of recovery speed in this situation, so let's test out how quickly we can get back into position. I'm telling you, man, with the evolution, the extra acceleration is going to go a long, long way. And we did go ahead and give him the anchor chem style, so a little bit more physicality as well. Oh, you know what, man? He's actually done us right there. This is where we need Konate. He might whip it in, might look for a cutback. Yeah, boys, that's good manual defending right there. Gets the interception. Things you love to see. Konate, imagine over the top, bro. Let's try over the top instead of across diagonal. You know what? It's not bad, man. I'm not mad at it. I honestly did not expect his passing to be as good as it currently is. Yeah, as long as we cover this Yamal, man, I feel like he's the biggest threat at the moment. Konate. He's going to just try to outrun us. Nice, boys. Great recovery speed right there. Good physicality as well. I feel like whenever you make a mistake, man, with Konate at the back, you just have a little bit extra cover. It's so nice. Breaking up the play quite frequently. Very consistent in the tackle. It's exactly what we need. Konate, very high up the pitch. Look at that. Ibrahima Konate. Ooh, you know what, boys? That was not bad. I might actually keep that in the video. Oh, he's got that. He's got that overload on the left now. Konate. Might just look for a cutback. Might go near post. The near post shots have been very effective. That's another good tackle, though. I like the way that we kind of like shuffled over to the attacker right there. Very quick. Konate, step. Nice, boys. Again, a very good tackle. It's very clean. There's not a lot of times where it's kind of like a 50-50 and he doesn't end up getting it. It's been very consistent. Dalo. He's going to try to play it in. Konate kind of got spun right there, but we do recover, man. That's good. That's good. I feel like in that situation, I could have defended a little bit better. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and so far, so good. We are coming up against Mitoma, Dybala, Gnabry, DePaul, Tchouameni, Musiala. Another very good team. Now, so far with Konate, ladies and gentlemen, he has been a very responsive defender and a very good defender, especially for the start of FC 25. That's a phenomenal over-the-top through ball. Very consistent in the tackle. Very good at breaking up the play. And the technical side hasn't been too bad either. He's going to try to play that through. Here comes the recovery speed up against Dybala. He might try to cut in. Yeah, boys. Konate. That's brilliant. He might take a loose touch. There it is, boys. Look at the physicality. The physical presence that you get at the back with him is just incredible. Now, like I said, boys, this guy does have a pretty tricky team going forward. A lot of smaller, more agile type of players. I might try to get Iwobi in behind again. Over top through ball with his 3-star weak foot. There goes the inconsistency a little bit. If you do want it to be a little bit more consistent, I would probably just recommend like cross diagonals rather than over the top through balls. Because with the over the top through balls, there's more curve. There's not much curve to his game. I think that he has like 30 curve or something like that. So it's better to use the cross diagonals. Konate one-on-one defending right there. It's not bad, man. Like, containing has been very easy with him. We're probably going to concede right here. That's a little bit unlucky. He got a really good touch to it, but we just couldn't get possession. Yeah, this guy hasn't really been covering this. So we are going to use it a little bit more frequently. I mean, again, very consistent with the cross diagonals. Again, 3-star weak foot cross diagonal into Iwobi. If you do run the 4-4-2 formation, getting that to your right mid or left mid is a very good thing to go ahead and use. All right, boys, so we do have a corner in the 32nd minute. Konate, 6'4" aerial play style. We are going to try to whip it into him. I think we needed a little bit more power. We do win the header. It's just a little bit wide. That's unlucky. But aerially has been very consistent. If you are really good at corners, man, just whip it into him. Yeah, this guy seems to be playing the 4-4-2 as well. I'm going to step with Dalo and try to cover the run with Konate. That's nice, boys. Very good recovery speed again. Play that through the middle. He might just try to go over top. Todibo should have it covered, but he doesn't. Konate cleans it up. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is us using the new Konate Evolution card in a few games of Division Rivals. And with the upgrades, man, I think that he makes an incredible center back in game. Now, if we go ahead and dissect his in-game stats in a bit more detail, we did go ahead and give him the Anchor Chem style. Now, with the Anchor, he does have 82 acceleration and 84 sprint speed. And for the most part, man, with the lengthy acceleration type in-game, he was extremely quick. The recovery speed was so good. And if you do want him to be even more quick in game, you can always go ahead and give him the Shadow Chem style. But with the Anchor, I think it's a little bit more balanced. Now, as you guys know, we did try to go ahead and incorporate him a little bit more like a ball playing center back to really test out his passing and dribbling as well. And I will say, man, the passing, although he does not have the craziest of stats, wasn't half bad in game. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't very consistent in game, but the cross diagonals are still really good to go ahead and use in FC 25. If you do want to play a long ball, I would probably recommend the cross diagonal rather than the over the top through ball, because with the over the top through ball, it does require a little bit of curve, and he honestly does not have that. So definitely use the cross diagonals. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to a center back's dribbling, the reactions and composure are the two most important stats. And for the most part, Konate 81 and 78 is really good for the start. And I will say, man, he was a very swift and a very responsive defender, even though he is 6'4". I think that the manual defending with the card was very consistent and he's very easy to control, especially when you go ahead and pair that with his 83 defending and 84 physical. Now, with the Anchor Chem style, he does have 86 interceptions, 86 defensive awareness, and 93 stand tackle. I think think he was very good at breaking up the play, very consistent in the tackle with the play styles that he does have. And because he is 6'4" and he does have some really nice physical stats, 98 strength and 87 aggression, he is an absolute tank at the back. Not only is it very difficult to get away from him, but it's also very difficult to get around him because he is going to push you off the ball the majority of the time. And then with the aerial playstyle, 91 jumping, him being 6'4", if you are really good at corners, man, he can bag you so many goals as well. Overall, boys, I'm going to go ahead and give the card an 8.5 out of 10 rating. I really enjoyed using him at the center back position in the 4-3-2-1 formation. I think for the start of FC25, he is a phenomenal center back to go ahead and pick up and use in the evolution. The pace and power that the card possesses is just so OP in game this early on. It's very difficult to get around him, and if you do end up getting around him, man, he's probably going to catch up to you, especially with the acceleration upgrade. With the new evolution system in FC25, he does also have the potential of getting many upgrades throughout the entirety of FC25. So if we can get a few more center back evos, I think that he's most definitely going to have the potential to be used in some of them and to make him an even better card. Now, although 20,000 coins is a little bit expensive at the moment, in the future, I think it could be a pretty good investment. And out of all the players that you can use in the Evo, I do think that Konate is easily one of the best options. If you do have the coins and you do have the Evo available, I would highly recommend them. But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know by leaving a like. Comment down below what player you guys would like to see next in another player review. And then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Booba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.